Venus and Serena Williams spark U.S. Open buzz as childhood coach teases greatest show on earth. 14-0 record in double slam finals and 30 majors, combined from their singles careers. Sisters Venus and Serena Williams were a force to reckon with back in their prime days, especially when they used to play together. In singles, they had no real rivals but themselves to outpace each other almost every time. Probably that's the reason why Serena previously claimed, "I think Venus would have had at least 15 Grand Slam titles if we hadn't played each other. I would have had 30. The 43-year-old eventually hung up a racket in 2022 with 23 majors. Meanwhile, the 45-year-old had her career slightly halted following 7 slam wins. While Venus just made a stunning comeback this week, is it now Serena's turn too? While she's far from taking to the court, in sports, nothing is always predictable. And who knows it better than their childhood coach? Well, he just made the greatest speculation about the greatest show on earth that fans may witness at the U.S. Open this season. Rick Matchey, who trained both Venus and Serena in their childhood and early 90s, has got a belief, and it's one that could revive the doubles game in the women's tennis like never before in recent years. Remember how the power of these two sisters used to have millions of eyeballs fixated on TV, especially during the slams. In fact, they both were responsible to push a women's singles slam final to the primetime back in 2001, courtesy their phenomenal U.S. Open campaigns. About 22.7 million people witnessed their epic summit clash, where the elder sister emerged victorious in straight sets. But Serena's got her magic when it comes to attracting fans in record numbers. Perhaps that's why the women's singles final at the 2015 U.S. Open was sold out more than a week ago. It was the time when Serena was on the verge of clinching all 4 majors in a calendar since Steffi Graf in 1988. And who can forget Serena's farewell match at the 2022 U.S. Open? It amassed 4.8 million viewers for ESPN, a record in its 43-year-old history of covering the event. Matchey knows what the reunion of the Williams sisters can do to boost TV ratings and doubles popularity. Doesn't matter if they are 45 and 43 respectively. Venus and Serena can still very well hit the ball for dominating winners and volleys. Dreaming a spectacular scenario, their childhood coach recently wrote on X, "Could be the greatest show on earth and must-see TV if Serena and Venus accept a wild card to play doubles at the U.S. Open." He added, "Serena back on the court stroking and not joking and maybe ready to use that brutal slice serve on the Big Apple." At Serena Williams at Venus Williams. Well, Serena shouldn't have a problem in getting a wild card entry. For her, it seems like she doesn't even need to ask to compete. But it all depends on the will to return. So what made Matchey make such a wild hypothetical speculation? Well, Serena's the reason. How? For the uninitiated, the 23-time slam queen recently posted a random clip on her Instagram. But it wasn't an ordinary one. The tennis goat was seen practicing on the tennis court. She simply wrote, "Still Serena, tennis," in the captions. But what does it mean? Well, one can't say anything as of now, except her elder sister. Apparently, she dropped some hope recently, sort of, when asked about Serena. Ahead of the U.S. Open, Venus speaks on Serena Williams' tennis return. Venus Williams made her awaited comeback this week, after more than a year. Her last campaign was at the 2024 Miami Open. At the 2025 Mubadala City D.C. Open, the 45-year-old made a stunning on-court return with a straight-set win over compatriot Peyton Stearns. Since 2023 Cincinnati Masters, it was the 7-time slam winner's maiden WTA match victory. Before her City Open appearance, however, Venus had an interesting response when asked regarding her younger sister's return. So is it really on the cards? I mean, I keep saying to my team, the only thing that would make this better is if she was here. Like we always did everything together. So, of course I miss her, she admitted, as reported by CNN on July 21st. The 45-year-old further added, "But if she comes back, I'm sure she'll let y'all know." Commenting on that viral Instagram clip featuring Serena training on the court, she simply said, "She can take 6 months off, and she clocks it clean." For now, it all feels like an interesting story brewing up. Unless there's an official update, however, nothing can be speculated. What do you think? Should the Williams sisters eventually team up at the U.S. Open this season? Let us know in the comments below. The sun-drenched courts of Flushing Meadows are no strangers to magic, but this summer, something extraordinary is stirring. It isn't just the Grand Slam competition or the roaring New York crowd. This time, it's the whisper of a possible return, a reunion of greatness. Venus and Serena Williams, the sisters who changed the face of tennis forever, are sparking a wildfire of anticipation at the 2025 U.S. Open after their childhood coach teased what he calls the greatest show on earth. And in true Williams fashion, the hints are equal parts mystique and majesty. The cryptic coach's clue. Rick Matchie, the animated and always enigmatic coach who first sculpted the raw power and grace of two Compton-born prodigies, dropped a bombshell during an ESPN interview earlier this week. You haven't seen the last of them. Matchie grinned, eyes gleaming behind tinted sunglasses. Just wait till New York. What's coming might just be the greatest show on earth. The tennis world instantly exploded. Was it a comeback? An exhibition? A farewell ceremony? Speculation spiraled across social media like a perfectly sliced Serena forehand. Matchie refused to confirm or deny anything concrete, offering only a wink and one more tantalizing clue. They're not done rewriting the script. A court made for queens. Arthur Ashe Stadium is practically a second home to the Williams sisters. Between them, they hold 8 U.S. Open singles titles, 6 for Serena, 2 for Venus, and countless memories embedded into every baseline and service box. Theirs is a story of dominance and dignity, of history made under the blinding lights of New York. It's also where Serena bid an emotional goodbye to professional tennis in 2022, following an unforgettable run that felt more coronation than conclusion. Now, 3 years later, the thought of her returning, even for one night, is enough to send goosebumps down the spine of every fan who ever witnessed her fist pump after an ace. For Venus, who continues to defy time with occasional appearances on tour, the idea of another electric moment with her sister by her side feels like destiny. More than tennis, if the Williams sisters do take center stage at the U.S. Open this year, it won't just be about the rackets and the scoreboard. It will be about legacy. There's never been a duo like them, said Billie Jean King during a recent press conference. They redefined the game. They opened doors. And they made tennis feel like a movement,